Colorado High School Activities Association baseball is on B106 and B106.com. This afternoon from All-Star Field in Lakewood, it is the Fort Morgan Mustangs and the Arvada Bulldogs. Bobby Tolson will be on the hill tonight, or this afternoon, for the Mustangs, as the Mustangs come in as the number 2 seed in the tournament. Arvada comes in as the number 7 seed. And we'll get started here shortly. The Mustangs played Arvada earlier this year on the 12th of April. In that game, the Mustangs won at 12-0. Trevor Shirtley, 4 innings, 1 hit, 2 bases. There are 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. Marquez came in for 1 inning, no hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Bobby Tolson will be on the hill today for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. And Tolson comes in with a record. Let's see where he's at here. He comes in with a record of, I can't find it here right offhand, but getting ready to play here as they're getting ready to get this thing going here. So we will get things set up here and get ready to go as the first player up will be Brennan Bell, catcher for the Arvada Bulldogs. Bobby Tolson on the hill, Brennan Bell at the plate, and we are in with a pitch that is low and inside. The opening pitch is brought to you by Ingmar Phillips Insurance. Looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you? Call Ingmar Phillips Insurance for 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Next pitch is going to be high and away, ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes. 2 Bell. Shin will be up next, then Peterson. Tolson with the next pitch, and that is in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mustangs on the outfield, and that pitch is going to be fouled back to the fence. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Marquez out at first base, Isaac Linker at second, Nate Cage at third, and Trevor Shirtliff at short. And the next pitch, and that is going to be up high, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tolson will be on a pitch count here. We don't want to go over 60, so he'll be able to pitch on Saturday if the Mustangs win this today, and that is going to be strike 3, swinging by Bell. So 1 out here in the top of the first. That brings up Andrew Shin, the shortstop. Jason Peterson, pitcher, will be on deck, and Ian Fonseca, playing third today for Arvada, will be in the hole. So Tolson takes care of Brennan Bell. So work on Andrew Shin now for the Bulldogs, and the pitch, and it is going to be up for a ball. Tolson now with a delivery, and that is going to be low and away, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Tolson at 8 total pitches. They're going to want to limit him to about 60 pitches, and that is going to be inside and low, ball 3. So in high school baseball, if you pitch 35 or less pitches, you can go no days without rest. That pitch is going to be in there for a strike on the outside corner. 36 to 60 pitches is 1 day rest. 61 to 85 is 2 days. 86 to 110 pitches, 3 days. 110 is your limit. And that is a swing and a miss by Andrew Shin. Nice job there by Bobby Tolson. Tolson gets his sign, and that is going to be hit down the right field line. Looks like it's going to be playable to Marquez as he makes the catch. So a pop out to Marquez at first base. So 2 up, 2 down. And that pitch is going to be upstairs, ball 1. And the next pitch is going to be hit out to center field, high drive out to center. And under it out there is Hamer for the 3rd out. So 3 up and 3 down for the Bulldogs here in the top of the 1st inning. So we will take a 1-minute break and be back with the bottom of the 1st inning with the Mustangs on B106 and B106.com. So the Mustangs will come up here in the bottom of the 1st. And that will bring up, when we get ready to go, Joe Holbeck will lead off, and Trevor Shurtleff, Trey McBride, Nate Cage, Isaac Linker, Jimmy Keller, Grayson Garber, Adrian Marquez, and J.P. Hamer. So the Mustangs, Bobby Tolson with the 3 up and 3 down in the top of the 1st. So we'll bring up, as we said, Joe Holbeck will be pitching, or will be Holbeck, Shurtleff, and McBride, the top 3 for the Mustangs here this afternoon. And Holbeck, right-handed batter. He is batting at .333 in 16 games this year. As he steps into the batter's box, and he will face Jason Peterson, a lefty, and that ball is up high and away, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And the delivery, and that is going to be up and away, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. The opening pitch was brought to you by Ingmar Phillips Insurance. And that pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Yes, Holbeck was taken to see if Peterson can get the ball across the plate. And the next pitch, and that is going to be a swing and a miss by Holbeck. Holbeck has 12 walks and 5 strikeouts this season. And that is going to be a hard hit ball out to the shortstop. And he bobbles it. That will be an infield hit. And we will give an error to the shortstop. So safe at first is Holbeck. Now up with the second hole in the offense is Trevor Shurtleff. Shurtleff takes a strike 1, no balls and 1 strike. Shurtleff on the year batting at .339, leads the team with 3 triples. And that's going to be a bunt as they get it out to first, and they're calling him out at first. So a sacrifice bunt by Shurtleff. And that will move Holbeck over to second base. So that was pitcher. That was 1-3 on the put out. And the first pitch, and that's going to get on a wild pitch to the screen. So Holbeck to third. Also a ball, but Joe Holbeck does go to third on the wild pitch. So Fort Morgan with a man at third, and that pitch is going to be fouled off to the right. And up for the Mustangs is Trey McBride. Nate Cage in the hole, Isaac Linker. Nate Cage on deck, Isaac Linker in the hole. Trey McBride's been on a tear here lately. He does have 4 home runs now. And that pitch is going to be in the dirt. So 2 balls and 1 strike, as that was a nice job behind the plate there by Brennan Bell to block that pitch. So an RBI chance here for McBride, and that's going to be low also. So 3 balls and 1 strike to McBride. McBride on the year is batting at .417, and that is going to be hit high and deep to left field, and that thing is gone. That is a 2-run home run for Trey McBride as he puts it out over the left field fence at the scoreboard to put the Mustangs up 2-0. He hit that shot. It's 328 down the left field line. But it's a 2-run home run for Trey McBride. So that is now 5 home runs for McBride. As that will bring up Nate Cage, but McBride got all of that one. As I said, 328 down the left field line, 390 to center, 330 down the right field line. And that first Fort Morgan run of the game is brought to you by Morgan Federal Bank, a bank that is committed to their community and keeping banking simple. They are on the cutting edge of banking. Stop by 321 Ensign and see what options they have available. Morgan Federal Bank, there is a difference. And that is going to be outside, ball 1. Trey McBride got all of that one. And that is going to be for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Cage. Do have an outfit. Do have a that ball is going to be way outside. But they do have a nice big scoreboard out in left field, but nobody here to operate it. Just shows zeros up on the board. And that is going to be a big swing and a miss. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now on Nate Cage. But the Mustangs up 2-0 on a 2-run home run by Trey McBride. And the pitch is going to be way outside, ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on. And that pitch is going to be hit down the right field line. Let's see if it's going to stay fair. And does not get it. It's in the sun, so that'll be, he'll be into second with a double. So we'll give Nate Cage a double as he stands out at second base. Might have lost it in the sun. He's looking right back into the sun out there in right field. So that will bring up Isaac Linker, second baseman for the Mustangs this afternoon. As Nate Cage stands out at second, and that's going to be a swing and a miss by Linker. Linker's batting .440 here this year for the average, and that is going to be way outside, ball 1, excuse me, 1 ball and 1 strike. But McBride with a 2-run home run. And the pitch, and that is going to be hit out to center field, and that will be caught on the line drive out to center field. And Nate Cage will have to stay at second. This will bring up Jimmy Keller. batting 6th in the lineup today for the Mustangs. And the pitch, and that is going to be upstairs, ball 1. As Peterson with 22 pitches here so far, and that pitch is going to be outside. 2 balls, no strikes. The Mustangs with the early lead here in the bottom of the first. Trey McBride with the 2-run home run to left field, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Linker, to Jimmy Keller. That ball is going to be hit out to the second baseman over to first, and that will retire the Mustangs here as they ground out to the second baseman. So at the end of 1, the Mustangs are up 2-0 here on B106 and B106.com. Back here at All-Star Park in Lakewood, the Mustangs up now 2-0 as we go to the top of the second inning. Ian Fonseca, the third baseman, and Brandon Wolfel on deck. Daniel Ibarra for the Arvada Bulldogs. And the pitch by Tolson is going to be hit foul down the third base line. As we sit at 1 ball and 1 strike now to Fonseca. Bobby Tolson out on the hill for us today. He has thrown 16 total pitches, 8 balls and 8 strikes. That's going to be tapped right back to Tolson as he throws to Marquez for the out. So just a little ground out back to the pitcher. So 1-3 on the putout, and that will bring up Braden Wolfel. Braden Wolfel on the year is batting at .275 with 11 hits. Bobby Tolson with the pitch, and it is going to be bunted foul down the third base line. A left-handed batter is Wolfel. So a nice job so far by Bobby Tolson, as they have not allowed anybody on base so far. And that pitch is going to be in the dirt. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike to Braden Wolfel. Daniel Ibarra on deck, Samuel Garner in the hole, and the pitch. And that is going to be a big swing and a miss by Wolfel. And the pitch is going to be fouled back over our heads here behind the home plate. Nice field here, called Kelly McGregor Field here, All-Star Park in Lakewood. And that is going to be called strike 3 on the outside corner. So 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the second. As that will bring up Daniel Ibarra, center fielder. Ibarra on the year is batting at .341. And that ball is hit out to center field, and that is going to drop for the first hit of the game for Arvada. So single out to center. That will put Ibarra on base. Brings up Samuel Garner with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Mustangs lead at 2-0 on a 2-run home run by Trey McBride in the bottom of the first. Short lead over at first for Ibarra. Now Tolson with a pitch. That's going to be ball one. Garner had to duck. It was over his head, but nice stop by Holbeck on the stop. Now Tolson with the look in, and that is going to be a hit out to left field as the runner was on the move. So back-to-back singles here for the Bulldogs, as we now have first and second with Ibarra at second, Garner at first. Tyler Spencer DHing today for the Arvada Bulldogs. Bats from the right side. Tolson looks back at second, checks the runner at first. Nobody out at second, and that pitch is going to be low and away, ball one.
Figured out.
One ball and no strikes to Spencer. Tolson with a pitch. That is going to be a swing and a miss. That would have been ball two if he'd have let that go. That was up and away. Took the big swing at it and missed. So one ball and one strike. Tolson with a pitch, and that is going to be on the inside corner. So one ball and two strikes now on the batter, Tyler Spencer. As Arvada has two on, first and second with two outs here in the top of the second inning. And that is going to be outside for ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Tolson looks into Holbeck for the sign, checks his runner back at second, now comes home with it, and swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Bobby Tolson gets out of the inning with no runs. So we'll go to the bottom of the second inning with the Mustangs up 2-0 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at All-Star Park, they call a strike on Grayson Garver. He had to jump back out of the way. This umpire likes the inside strikes. So it'll be Grayson Garver, Marquez, and Hamer, and that hits Garver. So a man on here for the Mustangs, Grayson Garver. Adrian Marquez up now for the Mustangs. Marquez on the year is batting at .311. Does have one home run. Peterson, the left-hander, out on the mound, and that pitch is going to be on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and one strike. As Garver stands out at first. The Mustangs leading at 2-0 here on a 2-run home run by McBride in the first inning. Nice bunt down the left field line as they pick it up and get the runner at first. But the sacrifice bunt by Marquez. So that'll go 5-3. And that will advance Grayson Garver to second. So a man in scoring position with J.P. Hamer at the plate for the Mustangs. And the pitch, and that is going to be, said he went on the swing, so that will be a swinging strike on Hamer. Hamer playing center field today for your Mustangs, and that is going to be, didn't go on that one, so that'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. With 1 out here in the bottom of the second. And that is going to be ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2-0 Fort Morgan. Winner of this game will play on Saturday, and that is going to be a swing and a miss. The winner of this game will play the winner of the World Central Alameda game, and that will be at 12 o'clock at Legion Field in Fort Morgan. And now going in a stolen base is Garver. No, not even a throw. So down at third base with the stolen base is Garver. And that is going to be fouled at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On J.P. Hamer. As they're going to play the infield in here. Bring everybody in. And Peterson, that's going to hit Hamer right in the back as he turned. So both runners on base, both hit by pitches. And Garver stands over at third base, Hamer at first, as Coach Harden has a little talk with Hamer down at first. Mr. D's Ace Home Center with 3 locations to serve you better. Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan, your headquarters for all your home, farm, and ranch supplies from plumbing to feed. As they're having a little conference out on the mound with the infield, the coach did come out, having a little chat with the infield. First National Bank in Fleming. Bank your financial needs with the Logan County home-owned bank since 1917. First National Bank in Fleming, member FDIC. So up now is the top of the lineup once again, and that is Joe Holbeck. 0 for 1 as he reached on an error. And Peterson looks in to Brendan Bell, and the pitch, and that is going to be way outside. Nice stop by Bell. Keep that from going to the backstop. That was headed for the backstop, came out, lunged to his right, and got the ball. Peterson now with the next pitch, and that is going to be low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. To Holbeck, Shirtliff on deck. Trey McBride in the hole. And the pitch, and they're going to get Garver back to third safely, but the stolen base by Hamer will put 2 men in scoring position now with 1 out. 2 balls and 1 strike. That was a strike on that last pitch. Peterson looks in, and that is going to be fouled out of play down the right field line. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Jason Peterson now with 39 total pitches. 22 strikes, 17 balls. And that is going to be fouled straight back into the fence. So still 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As we play here in the bottom of the second inning, 2 runners on. And that is going to be fouled straight back once again. As Holbeck at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes as he gets his sign from Coach Langford down at third. Peterson looks into Bell for the sign, now checks his runners, and that is going to be low. Ball 3, 3 balls, 2 strikes. To Holbeck, Shirtliff on deck, McBride in the hole. McBride with the offense here this afternoon with the 2-run home run in the bottom of the first. And the pitch, and that is going to be low and inside. Ball 4. So now we have the bases loaded, Shirtliff up as he is 0 for 0 here, the sacrifice bunt in the first. So he'll be hitting away here, get it in play. And that is going to be, call that a strike. It looked like it was up and away, but given the strike is Peterson. So he is ahead now, no balls and 1 strike. And that ball is fouled off to the right. So Shirtliff behind in the count now, 0-2. As Peterson looks in, and the pitch, that is going to be up and away, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As every time the Peterson gets ready to pitch, Garver is coming down the third baseline trying to distract him, and that is going to be well outside on that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Trevor Shirtliff, and the pitch, and that is going to be popped up on the infield. Infield fly rule, I believe, is in effect, and that is going to be the second out of the inning, as the pitcher takes care of that. Takes care of Trevor Shirtliff. Now Trey McBride up. We'll see how well Peterson wants to pitch to him. We'll see if we can get a grand slam once again out of McBride, and that pitch is going to be up and in for ball 1. And the pitch by Peterson, and that is going to be inside, ball 2. I don't think Peterson wants a whole lot to do with McBride after he laced one over the fence in the first inning. And the pitch, and that is going to be fouled back out of play. McBride reaching for that one a little bit. Knocks it back out over the right side. So 2 outs here if we can get a ball in play. That is up and away, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. Nice little base knock here would probably bring in 2 with Garver at third. And that is going to be hit high and deep to left field once again. And that is gone. Grand slam. Trey McBride puts it 6-0 now. Fort Morgan is Trey McBride with his second home run in consecutive innings has put the Mustangs up now 6-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. So Peterson had to come in to came into Peterson, and McBride made him pay for it, almost hitting the exact location as that first one. But 6-0 on 3 hits, and only 1 left on for the Mustangs. 2 hits only now for the Arvada Bulldogs. That pitch is going to be called a strike on the outside corner, but McBride comes up and cleans the bases here in the bottom of the second inning. And that is going to be up and in with a 1-1 count. Peterson looks in, now the delivery and the pitch, and that is going to be outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to the number 4 batter in the lineup, Nate Cage, and that is going to be a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the second inning. Mustangs now lead it 6-0 over the Arvada Bulldogs here in Game 1 of the Colorado 7 League Tournament. And that will be foul off to the right. At least it's the first game for both of these teams. The winner will play Saturday, the loser will play Friday. The rest of the games will be at Legion Field in Fort Morgan. And the pitch by Peterson is way outside. He is now up to 59 total pitches, 32 strikes, 27 balls. The pitch by Peterson, and that is going to be hit hard out to center field. And that may get clear to the fence, and it will by Cage. Nate Cage will get into second with a double. Nate Cage, a nice sweet swing there as he put that out into center field. Isaac Linker up next for the Mustangs. So Isaac Linker up as he is 0 for 1. Now the catcher's going to go out and have a talk with his pitcher. So far the Mustangs in this inning with 2 hits have put up 4 runs, 2 hit batsmen. And now another. Looks like they may coach is going out to talk to the pitcher once again. B&B Appliance. When you're shopping for new appliances, shop the best appliance store in Fort Morgan. B&B Appliance carries a full and complete line of Whirlpool appliances and will help you find your perfect fit. B&B Appliance in downtown Fort Morgan. So the offense this afternoon coming from number 11, Trey McBride. 2 home runs, 6 runs. Had a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first, a grand slam here in the bottom of the second. As that puts the Mustangs up 6-0. And just a chat, looks like he will stay on the mound. But in that first, in the game that they played against Arvada earlier in the year, they won that game 12-0. He put 6 runs on the board in the third and the fourth innings both. Now Nate Cage back to second as they dog him out there at the second base. Peterson now with the pitch, and that is going to be hit down the right field line and battling the sun out there and caught for the out. But the Mustangs put 4 up on the board as they will now lead it 6-0 as we go to the top of the third here on B106 and B106.com. Bobby Tolson back out on the hill for the Mustangs as he will come into the bottom of, or the top of the third. And Bobby Tolson will have pitched 30 total pitches so far, halfway to about what he is going to be throwing today. As we had said earlier, it is, if he goes to 60 pitches, he has to take a one-day rest, which would be tomorrow. And then he would be available on Saturday to pitch, because there will be 2 games on Saturday regardless. The Mustangs on their way to a win here this afternoon here in the third inning, up 6-0. They will play the winner of the Weld Central Alameda game, and that will be at noon on Saturday. And then the championship game is at 5. The third and fourth place game will be at 3 o'clock. Conifer already won today against Englewood 15-1. So Bobby Tolson, and that is going to be fouled off to the right to Tanner Vaughn. He is the 9th place batter here in the lineup, and that is going to be low, ball 2, or ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike, as that first pitch did get fouled out over the right side. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and Tolson, and that pitch is going to be hit out to the shortstop. Shurtleff guns it over, and that's going to be a wild pitch. That's going to stick in the fence. So he is going to be, I think it was stuck in the fence, though. He's going to call it. He is going to be safe at second. The ball was stuck in the fence. But the error by Shurtleff. So shortstop, so he is out at second base on the error. So that will bring up Brennan Bell, the top of the batting order for the Bulldogs. Bell is 0 for 1 on a strikeout, and that was a foul tip on that one, so that'll be strike 1. So a runner out at second base for Arvada. As Bobby Tolson now with 34 pitches, and that pitch is going to be a curveball, but inside. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here with a runner on as we play in the top of the third. Mustangs up 6-0. And that pitch is going to be low and inside once again. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Tolson looks into Holbeck for the sign. As Vaughn gets his lead. Now that's going to be ball 3. So I don't know if Tolson's the runner's out there bothering him a little bit, or he just losing his control here a little bit, but now 3 balls and 1 strike as Vaughn gets a lead out there at second. Tolson checks his runner, now comes home with it, and that is going to be inside. Ball 4 for the walk. So it looks like you're going to have a courtesy runner, it looks like. And that courtesy runner will be Tyler Graves. As now Tyler Graves will be at first. As that will bring up Andrew Shin. Shin is 0 for 1 on a flyout. So 2 on with no out here in the top of the third. And that pitch is going to be a swing and a miss on that fastball right down the middle. So Tolson looks in to Holbeck for the sign. Checks the runner back at second. And the pitch, and that is going to be up and away, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike as Marquez sneaks in up on the play like they're expecting a sack bunt here. He backs up now. Now he's going to come in. He's almost halfway home. And that is going to be a foul bunt down the third base line. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's see if they change their strategy and just have him hit away if they're going to keep him trying to bunt. Shin back into the batter's box as the runners take their leads. Pick off they're going to call him safe. We only have 1 umpire here. He's behind the plate, so the umpire called him safe out there. Looked like it was a close play, but Isaac Lincoln snuck in behind him. But 1 ball and 2 strikes, and that pitch is going to be low and away. Scoots away from Holbeck a little bit, but not far enough for the runners to advance. As the runners now stand on their bases, now start taking their leads. As Marquez up on the grass, that pitch is low and away. So we're at 3 balls and 2 strikes, and that pitch is going to be hit down the right field line and gets by Marquez out to McBride as he will run it back in. So a single out to right field. So Jason Peterson up as he is 0 for 1 on a fly out. So 3 hits now on the afternoon for Arvada. And that brings up Jason Peterson. And still no outs. The base is loaded. Yes, Tolson looks in now with his 45th pitch coming up here. And that is going to be a big swing and a miss by Jason Peterson. And the delivery, and that is going to be hit fly out to left. That should be an easy catch out there for Garver, and they're going to throw it in, and nice job by Garver, nice job by Holbeck. So out in left field. So now 1 out. So everybody stays where they're at with 1 out now in the top of the third. Base is still loaded with Ian Fonseca. 0 for 1 on a ground out, and that's going to be a chopper to third. Cage's throw was off way high, and now they're going to throw home. And by Cage. So an error by Nate Cage. And that brought home the third base runner. And now we have runners at first and second. So now runners at first and second, Ian Fonseca, Andrew Shin at third. So one ball and no strikes now to Brandon Wolfel. Pitch is going to be low and in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes to the first baseman, Brandon Wolfel, fifth batter in the lineup. He is 0 for 1 on a strikeout. Tolson looks in to the catcher, and that is going to be in there for the strike. So see if they can limit this damage here in this third inning, as Mustangs now lead at 6-2. So Tolson checks these runners, and now that pitch is going to be on the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. And 2 runs came in on this inning on the error by Nate Cage. Tolson steps off the rubber. Fonseca back to first. Sheehan at third. And that pitch going to swing and a miss for the second out of the inning. Big out there for Tolson, as he is now at 52 pitches. So we'll see what they do when they get to the 60 pitch limit, who they are going to bring in. That brings up Daniel Ibarra, 1 for 1 with a single. And the pitch, and that is going to be a swing and a miss on that changeup. Samuel Garner on deck, Tyler Spencer in the hole. Runner still at the corners for Arvada. Mustangs lead at 6-2. Oh, beautiful curveball there by Tolson for the strike. So Tolson ahead in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes to Daniel Ibarra. See if we can get out of this inning without any more damage, and held up on the swing, but the runner did steal second base. So Fonseca now in scoring position for Ibarra, and that is going to be in there. Called strike 3. So damage limited here in the third inning as the Mustangs allow 2. So we go to the bottom of the third inning with the Mustangs leading it 6-2 over Arvada on B106 and B106.com. So Bobby Tolson with 56 total pitches has probably seen his last batter here for the day. Somebody went down to warm up. Could not see it who it was. They may bring Shirtliff in to finish off the come in. As up to bat now is Jimmy Keller. Keller is 0 for 1 with a ground out. As we go to the bottom of the third on 6 runs in by Trey McBride on 2 home runs. And that pitch is going to be in there for a strike. McBride with a strike, or with a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first, a grand slam in the bottom of the second. With Jason Peterson out on the mound, and the next pitch, and that is going to be hit single. It's going to be caught out in left field. So a fly out to left. And that is 1 out here as Grayson Garver comes up. He is 0 for 0, but he was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. That ball was outside, ball 1 ball and no strikes, as Peterson picking up his delivery here, speed a little bit, and that is going to be 2 balls and no strikes. As Jason Peterson at 65 pitches And that is going to be hit deep down the left field line. We'll see if that's playable. And that is going to be foul line. Going to be just foul. Garver got into that one, but it just came up short and in foul territory. 328 down the left field line. As Garver comes back into the batter's box. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch, and that is going to be bunted down the third base line. Third baseman picks it up and off of the hand, off the glove, but we're going to give Garver a infield hit. So we'll give Garver a hit on the play, as that will bring up Adrian Marquez. It's his first time up, had a sacrifice bunt. So runner on at first for Marquez. And that is going to be a wild pitch, as Grayson Garver will go to second. So now a runner in scoring position for Marquez. And Marquez on the year has he has 4 RBIs. Let's see what he has. He has 14 hits altogether, 1 home run, 1 double. Also 10 walks and 13 strikeouts, and that was a big swing and a miss by Marquez. As we are 1 ball and 1 strike, and the next pitch is going to be blocked at the plate by Bell. So 2 balls, 1 strike, as Peterson picks up a little dirt out there and rubs it around on his hand. Home plate umpire sweeps off the home plate. Now we're back ready to play as Marquez in the batter's box, and that is going to be hit hard down the left field line, and that is going to be a home run for Adrian Marquez, his 2nd home run of the year. So 8-2 now, Fort Morgan, as Adrian Marquez puts it over the left field fence right down the line. So 3 home runs here account for all of the runs here this afternoon. So that makes it 8-2. So now it looks like they may be having a pitching change. We'll see who they're going to bring in to pitch. So we'll see what they have going here for Arvada. So now they're going to bring in, let's see here, we'll find out who number 12 is. It looks like it's going to be pitching for Arvada. And that will be Brandon Wolfel, also a left-hander. So Brandon Wolfel will now be the pitcher. And it looks like that will put the pitcher, I believe, is going to go to first.
We're all glad you are, because it's hard out there.
And that is Peterson. So first base will be Peterson. He will go from the pitcher's mound to first, and Wolfel will go to the pitcher's mound. As they let Wolfel warm up here. Let's see, we don't have who's in left field. Left field is Mayer. So we will stick him out in left field. Levi Mayer in left field. So Brandon Wolfel, let's see how many. And we're getting ready here as J.P. Hamer comes up for the Mustangs as we play in the third. Adrian Marquez cleans the bases with a 2-run home run. J.P. Hamer with a swing and a miss. So we will see what the next pitch is here, and that is going to be high, ball one ball and one strike to J.P. Hamer. And that pitch is going to be hit out to left field and caught out there by Levi Marr. So a fly out to left field.
Got an infield hit by Garver, 2 doubles and 3 home runs. 6 hits today.
And the Mustangs with the bases clear right now as we go back to the top of the lineup with Joe Holbeck. Holbeck is 0 for 1, reached on an error and also a walk. And that is going to be inside. Ball 1 as Holbeck stepped back just a little bit, or it was going to hit him right in the leg. But the Mustangs all with home runs here as far as the points count, and that is going to be hit right back up the middle for the base hit. Yes, Holbeck will hit a nice hard single just to the right of the pitcher's mound. So Shirtliff now up as he is 0 for 1, sack bunt and a fly out. As Shirtliff will now get his sign from Josh Langford with 2 outs. Now they're going to throw over to first, and back safely is Holbeck. So now 8-2 Fort Morgan as Holbeck takes off, and that ball is going to be hit out to center field. Should be caught out there, and that will be caught for the 3rd out on the pop-up to center field. So Adrian Marquez goes deep here in the bottom of the 3rd on a 2-run home run, and that puts the Mustangs up now 8-2 here on B106 and B106.com. Trevor Shirtliff now out on the mound for the Mustangs. Bobby Tolson with 56 pitches. But he will now be available to pitch on Saturday. So that puts McBride behind the plate. And Bobby Tolson goes to right field. So nice job by Bobby Tolson. As that brings up Samuel Garner. So McBride behind the plate. Bobby Tolson out at right, and Trevor Shirtliff on the hill. And the pitch, and that is going to be in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Trevor Shirtliff as he works quickly, and that is going to be fouled down the first base line. So we will see if we can give you some update here on Bobby Tolson, 3 innings pitched, and that pitch is going to be down to 3rd for Cade. He's going to whip it across over to Marquez for the out. So 1 up, 1 down, as that will go 5-3 on the putout. And that will bring up Tyler Spencer, 0 for 1 on a strikeout. Tyler Spencer DHing for Mayer out in left field. So Trevor Shirtliff with the pitch, and that is going to be in there on the curveball for a strike. So no balls and 1 strike. 8-2, excuse me. Next pitch catches the outside corner. Strike 2. And that 1 ball and 2 strikes, and that pitch is in there for strike 3 called. So now 2 up and 2 down, as that will bring Tanner Vaughn, the right fielder, up. He reached on an error his first time up, and that pitch is going to be a ball outside. Trevor with the next pitch, swing and a miss. Shurtleff does not let much time go by between pitches, that's for sure, and that pitch is going to be up in the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. Once again, we're here at All-Star Park in Lakewood, and that pitch is going to be in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 2 outs, Mustangs up 8-2 in the top of the 4th. Strike 3 called, as that will bring the top of the 3rd to an end, with the Mustangs up 8-2 on B106 and B106.com. Keep back here at All-Star Park in Lakewood. Trey McBride up at the plate. The numbers on Bobby Tolson: had 56 total pitches, had 2 runs, no earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. We'll see if McBride wants to see if he'll make it 3 for 3 here. And that pitch is going to be hit hard out to left field. This time it stays in the field for a single. So a single out to left field for Trey McBride. So he is 3 for 3 with 6 RBIs. And it looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner for McBride. And that will be Austin Apple running for McBride. Yes, Nate Cage up at the plate. Cage is 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. As Apple gets back in under the tag at first. As we play in the bottom of the 4th, the Mustangs up 8-2. Nate Cage at the plate, waiting for the first pitch of this bat, and that is going to be off the plate and away for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes. As Braden Wolfel, that pitch is going to be out and past the pitch. There's going to be a wild pitch, as that will send Austin Apple to second base. Now runner in scoring position for Nate Cage. So Wolfel with the pitch, and that is going to be in there for a strike. Up in the zone a little bit, but in there for the strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As Cage waits for the pitch, and that is going to be popped up. That is playable. We'll see if they can get that. It's finally coming back down and caught for the out. Is the 3rd baseman. That was a high pop-up. So Austin Apple holds up out at second base. Now with 1 out, that brings up Isaac Linker, and that pitch is going to be outside, ball 1. So Linker is 0 for 2 so far here in this contest. As now the Linker now with a strike on that last pitch. And the pitch, and that is going to be popped up again. This time it is going to be playable for the catcher, and could not come up with it. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now. To Isaac Linker. second baseman for the Mustangs this afternoon. And the pitch, and that is going to be hit down to the first baseman, and he will run over to the bag, and Linker will be out on the ground out to first. So Jimmy Keller now up. Keller is 0 for 2 on a ground out and a fly out. As the Mustangs lead at 8-2, and that pitch is going to be outside, knocked down and kept in play. That left made Apple have to stay at third. But nice job there by Brennan Bell. He's had a pretty good workout this afternoon behind the plate. Braden Wolfel with 16 total pitches. He came in relief of Jason Peterson, and that pitch is going to be outside, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. See if we can get another one in here with 2 outs. And the pitch, and that is going to be hit out to center field, and that will bring Austin Apple in for the 9th run of the game, excuse me. So a single out to center field. So the first run of the afternoon by the Mustangs that did not come from a home run. So Grayson Garver hit by a pitch and a single, 1 for 1, as Jimmy Keller stands out at first with a short lead. Now they're going to throw back over to first. No balls. No pitch here yet to Garver, as they did throw over to first, and now the pitch is going to be low and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes as we play in the bottom of the 4th inning, with the Mustangs up 9-2, looking to play on Saturday. And that pitch is going to be outside, ball 2. We said before, they will play the winner of the Weld Central Alameda game, which will probably be Weld Central, who Fort Morgan beat earlier this year, and that Keller is going to get his stolen base. Did get a throw down, but not on line. So a stolen base for Jimmy Keller. Mustangs have 9 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors, 3 left on. Arvada with 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 4 left on, and that is going to be a swing and a miss by Garver. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Garver, as he has an RBI sitting out at second base in Jimmy Keller. And the pitch, and that is going to be foul down the third baseline. They get the ball back in to Braden Wolfel. So we'll see if Garver can bring in Keller, and that pitch is going to be fouled off to the right. As Adrian Marquez on deck, J.P. Hamer in the hole. Here in the bottom of the 4th, Mustangs have scored in all 4 innings. And the pitch hits Garver once again. So that is twice he's been hit by pitch. That will bring up Adrian Marquez. So runners at first and second for Marquez, as he has hit a home run in the bottom of the 3rd. So as we play here in the 4th, as Marquez looks to get that RBI in out at second in Jimmy Keller. Now we're going to have a little conversation with the, looks like they're going to have a pitching change. We'll see who they are going to put out at the pitcher's mound now.
9-2.
Let's see, they're going to bring in, looks like Samuel Garner.
Yes, we will. Have a pitcher.
Samuel Garner, it looks like he will be pitching. And we'll see where everybody else heads out to right now as he will get his warm-up pitches. Mustangs lead this game 9-2 on 9 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, and 3 left on. Trey McBride with a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first, a grand slam in the bottom of the second. Adrian Marquez with the 2-run home run in the bottom of the third. And so far, 1 run across here in the bottom of the fourth. We'll see where everybody else, it looks like number 6 was Ibarra is going to go to Jason Peterson, I believe, is at second base. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if that's where they're going to go with him or not. Looks like it will, and we know it will be Adrian Marquez up to bat. So Jason Peterson will still be at first. Looks like second base will be Andrew Shin. As Adrian Marquez comes up to the plate. 1-for-1, a sacrifice bunt and a home run. As the Mustangs lead at 9-2 here in the bottom of the fourth. Runners at first and second, and we'll have a steal, a double steal by the Mustangs. As Jimmy Keller steals third, and Garver steals second. So 2 runners in scoring position now, and that is going to be ball 2. So Samuel Garner pitching for the Bulldogs as Adrian Marquez looks to get a couple RBIs in here. And the pitch, and that is going to be hit hard down the third baseline out into left field, and they will score them both. So a single by Marquez. As he brings home 2. As that makes it now 11-2. Marquez with 4 RBIs on the afternoon here so far. McBride with 6. And the pitch, and that is a nice job by Brendan Bell to keep the ball in front of him. So 1 ball and no strikes now to J.P. Hamer. 0-for-1 hit by a pitch and a flyout. And the pitch, and that is going to be outside, ball 2. So here in the fourth, 2 RBIs for Marquez, and that pitch is going to catch the outside corner for a strike.
By the way, those are the only 3 runs that haven't scored on a home run today.
So Marquez gets his lead out at first, and the pitch, and Marquez is going to can't find the ball is Bell. Marquez with the steal. But Bell couldn't find the ball, and it was right at his feet. He was looking all over, and it was right down between his feet, right at home plate. So the RBI out at second base for Hamer, and that is going to be popped up. Another mile-high pop-up, and that is coming down, and that will be caught by the first baseman for the third out. So after 4, the Mustangs lead it 11-2 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at All-Star Field in Lakewood, the Mustangs lead it 11-2. 3 home runs on the afternoon. The 3 RBIs in the 4th inning were not via the long ball. The first 8 were. 6 of those by McBride, 2 of them by the first baseman Marquez. McBride with a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first, a grand slam in the bottom of the second. Marquez with a 2-run home run in the third. As we sit out 11-2 with Brennan Bell up to start off the inning for the Bulldogs, followed by Andrew Shin and Jason Peterson. Trying to see the Mustangs have a new player out in left field, can't catch the number. And that pitch is going to be low, ball 1. So Shirtliff sitting only at 13 pitches, so he has plenty of room here to still be available on Saturday. As the Mustangs lead at 11-2, and that pitch is going to be down and away for ball 2. As we said before, the pitch limit, anything under 35 pitches, you don't have to have a day of rest. Anything from 36 to 60, you have to have 1 day. And that pitch is going to be on the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. To Brennan Bell from Trevor Shirtliff as Bell steps out for a minute, now back into the batter's box. And Shirtliff with the delivery, and that is going to be up in the zone for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch, and that is going to be a big swing and a miss by Bell. As Shirtliff with the heater up in the zone, but Bell went after it, so 3 balls, 2 strikes. No outs here on the first batter up, and that is going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Bell goes down swinging. Andrew Shin up now for the Bulldogs. He is 1 for 2, a fly out and a single. As that pitch is going to be fouled back to the screen. So no balls and 1 strike. So now Shirtliff with the pitch. And that is going to be fouled up the third base line. So no balls and 2 strikes on the number 2 hitter in the lineup, Andrew Shin. 1 hour and 22 minutes into the game. That ball is going to be outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. As Shin steps out. And now back into the batter's box, and Shirtliff with the pitch. That is going to be hit. Line drive right to Adrian Marquez. Did not even have to take a step. So that line drive right to the first baseman for the second out of the inning, as that will bring up Jason Peterson. 0 for 2 flyouts here in the game for Peterson. And that pitch is going to be fouled down the third baseline. No balls and 1 strike. And Shirtliff gets another ball and is ready to pitch, and the delivery, and that is going to be outside for the 1-1 count. Once again, we're in the top of the 5th. The Mustangs up 11-2 on the help of 3 home runs, and that pitch is going to be outside and low for 2 balls and 1 strike. And that is going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Shirtliff with the delivery, and that is going to be fouled at the plate. So he stays alive on the 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Shirtliff with the delivery, and that is going to be called strike 3. So 3 up and 3 down here in the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and the Mustangs lead it 11-2 on B106 and B106.com.
We'll try to finish this thing off when we come back to the bottom of the 5th. They need 1. They lead it. The 11-2 on the FMS Bank scoreboard here on television.
So it does look like Dalen Knapp, and then we'll get back to that later. Dalen Knapp was out in left.
He's not 15, is he?
I don't know.
The Mustangs lead it 11-2. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, see if we can get a run across here to put this game to bed. First up will be Holbeck. We'll see who has come in what position here. Who has come in for who? I know Knapp was out in left field. I believe we had a different player at second. So we'll see who's coming up here in the in the bottom of the 5th. See if Joe Holbeck is still. Let's see who's coming up to bat. And that will be, if he'll turn to me, number 6 at the plate is Jacob Ortega. So Jacob Ortega at the plate for the first time this afternoon. We're an hour and 26 minutes in. Samuel Garner still out on the hill, and that pitch is a ball as he gets past the catcher back to the backstop. Samuel Garner is going to get a foul ball by Ortega. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Jacob Ortega. So Garner with the pitch. That's going to be hit down to the third baseman. He scoops and throws across the diamond for the out. On the ground out goes 5-3. And that will bring up Trevor Shirtliff. Trey McBride on deck. And I believe Nate Cage in the hole. So we'll see if we can get a run across here as that pitch is going to be hit out into right field. So nice job by Trevor Shirtliff. To get that hit out to right field. Trey McBride up. 2 home runs and a single, so 3 for 3 for McBride. So we'll see how Samuel Garner wants to pitch to McBride. McBride's seeing the ball pretty good now. Now they're going to throw back over to first and Chase Shirtliff back, and he is back safely under the tag. Trevor with a nice lead over there. And Trevor takes off and no throws. The ball gets away from the catcher. So that is a stolen base. As we will get Trey McBride. They're going to walk Trey McBride. Put him on with the intentional walk. So now Nate Cage up. Nate Cage is 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and a flyout. So Nate Cage at the plate, and that is going to be up and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Cage. As I said, 2 doubles and a flyout this afternoon for Nate Cage as the Mustangs lead at 11-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. That pitch is going to be outside, 1 ball and 1 strike, or 2 balls, excuse me. As the ball gets away from the pitcher, chased down by Andrew Shin, the second baseman. So all we need is a single here to get this 10-run rule in effect here and be out of here. And the pitch, and that is going to be grounded out to the second baseman as he fumbles it, and no throw. So an error on the second baseman. So an error.
The body of the second baseman's shin, that would just have some nasty spin on it. And Cage is safe.
So we have everybody safe out there. Nate Cage at first, Trey McBride shirtlift, and only one out as they have another conference on the mound. So the winning run, or not winning run, I guess you would call it, but the run that would put him up by 10 is now down at third base with Trevor Shirtliff with Isaac Linker at the plate. Linker is 0 for 3 with a line drive, a fly out, and a ground out.
They have hit double-digit runs. They have 3 home runs in the game.
So they're going to play the infield. They're going to bring everybody in. The infield is coming in. The outfield is coming in because they know if they get that next run, it is going to be over. So they're switching things around. The first baseman went out to right field, and the right fielder came in to first base. So Peterson now out at Peterson is now out in right field, and Vaughn is at first. But the bases are loaded. All we need is a single here, and it will be over. And that pitch is, they're going to call that a strike. Looked a little wide, but no balls and 1 strike. All we need is a base hit here, and Fort Morgan will play. That's going to be the run right there, as that is a wild pitch, and that will bring this game to an end as the Mustangs will win it 12-2 on a wild pitch. So Trevor Shirtliff does come in home on the wild pitch. So that will bring this game to an end as the Mustangs win it 12-2. On the wild pitch. Okay. We'll be back with the final wrap-up here on B106 and B106.com. Okay, Brian Nickelback here at All-Star Field in Lakewood as the Fort Morgan Mustangs have defeated the Arvada Bulldogs here in the first round of the Carlo 7 League tournament, a score of 12-2. And most of those, 8 of those runs came via the long ball. And this Fort Morgan Mustangs post-game show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at www.morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. MCC, here to help you imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goals. And the Mustangs win it, as I said, 12-2. They had 12 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors, 6 left on. The Arvada Bulldogs, 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, and 4 left on. The Mustangs got things started in the bottom of the first inning with Trey McBride as he hit a 2-run home run to put the Mustangs up 2-0. And then as we moved into the second inning, the bases were loaded, had 2 hit batsmen on base, and then Trey McBride came up in the bottom of the second once again, and he had a grand slam to left field, almost the same place that he hit the 2-run home run in the first inning, put the Mustangs up 6-0 in the bottom of the second. Then as we moved to the third inning, the Arvada Bulldogs put 2 on the board in the top, and then 2 more on the board for the Mustangs in the bottom of the third as Adrian Marquez with a 2-run home run right down the third base line, the 328 feet down that third base line for his home run of the day. So 3 home runs, 8 runs. The Mustangs then get 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th, and then get 1 across here in the bottom of the 5th on a wild pitch that brought Trevor Shirtliff in from third to get the 10 runs for the Mustangs. Mustangs will now be playing on Saturday, and those games will be in Fort Morgan at Legion Field. Have not heard a score from Weld Central and Alameda, but would guess that they will be playing Weld Central at noon at Legion Field. That championship game, if they win that one, will be at 5. And if they somehow were to lose that, the 3rd and 4th place game would be at 3. On the other side of the bracket, Conifer did win this morning 15-1 over Englewood. And then Skyview and Fort Lupton were playing, supposed to be playing at 5:30 at Alameda High School, and haven't heard anything from them either. So Conifer will play the winner of Skyview Fort Lupton, and Fort Morgan will play the winner of Weld Central and Alameda. The Fort Morgan Mustangs Player of the Game is brought to you by Transwest Chevrolet Buick, serving Northeast Colorado and now located in Fort Morgan and Sterling. Stop by and take a drive. They have a great selection of new and used vehicles, or browse our website, transwestchevroletbuick.com. And tonight, the Fort Morgan Player of the Game, we will give that to Trey McBride with the 6 RBIs, 2 home runs, one a 2-run home run, the other a grand slam. But also a nice job by the pitchers this afternoon. Bobby Tolson goes 3 innings with gives up 2 runs, but they're not earned. Had 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. Trevor Shirtliff comes in for 2 innings as he gave up. He had a total of 28 pitches, so both pitchers are available for Saturday, so no problem there whatsoever. Shirtliff with 4 strikeouts, gave up no walks for the Mustang pitchers today. So everybody will be available on Saturday for the contest against either Weld Central or Alameda, probably Weld Central. So that we'll wrap it up here this afternoon from All-Star Park in Lakewood. Once again, the final score, the Mustangs win it 12-2 over Arvada. You have been listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs baseball on B106 and B106.com.